Hey guys, welcome to another In League with Morgan. Today we've got a fun one. We are playing a deck that you may recognize from last week's video. I played against it in round 3, I believe. It's blue-red control, the deck seemed really sweet. It uses things like Mage-Ring Network and Hedron Archive to ramp up to Droughter of Hopes, and then finally Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. It's got a lot of removal in the form of Warping Wail, Spatial Contortion, and then eventually Kozilek's return, which I think will hopefully make the matchups against aggro decks, which are traditionally pretty bad, better. Droughter of Hope is also a pretty sweet threat, especially if you can get it out early. It's got counterspells in Void Shatter and Clash of Wills plus a couple of Anticipates. It's got a pretty typical mana base where it's got a bunch of shrines, a couple of other colorless lands to enable you to cast Warping Wail and Spatial Contortion in a reasonable manner, and then again it's got these Ulamogs. In the sideboard, we've got my favorite card in Standard, Chandra, Flamecaller, of course. I wanted to play a deck, by the way, this week that didn't have Chandra as its main plan. So that's part of the reason I chose this deck. But it's still on the sideboard, don't worry about it. We've got Jace, Unraveler Secrets, which is a pretty cool card. It's kind of a sweet threat. Blue-red doesn't have a lot of great threats in the mirror, but I think that Jace, Unraveler Secrets is a pretty good one. We've got Roast for the aggro matchups, and then Thought-Knot Seers and Endbringers for more grindy matchups, things like Seasons Past, stuff like that. Thought-Knot Seer is also pretty good against, if you could neg in the Antuco Husk, for example. So, we're going to give this a shot. I imagine that it's not very good against the Zulaport Cutthroat decks, and we'll see about the Collected Company decks, but it should be a lot of fun. I'm excited, so I will see you in round 1.